was there when the president inaugurated this forensic audit, approved this forensic audit. Now that the report has been submitted, do you think those expectations have been met?
Well, thank you very much, Tibe. It is said that talk is cheap. But I want to let you know this morning that if talk is cheapest, in Nigeria is cheapest. And I don't want to dwell on very cheap talk and begin to celebrate that a forensic audit is out. Neither will I also want to align with my brother, who means very well, by pointing out some of the malaise that has happened in the NDDC and indeed the Niger Delta. I would like, if you permit me, to just take it, just within a minute, to certain memory lane. I happen to be a reporter with the DBN television in Lagos when the NDDC, through the instrumentality of a bill forwarded to the National Assembly, as earliest bill forwarded by the Obasanjo administration, was passed, and then Obasanjo went ahead to inaugurate the first board, headed by Onyema Onyeguchukwu as chairman, and Godwin Omene from Delta State as MD. And as a reporter then, I was also part of those who covered the first meeting to develop a regional development master plan, somewhere in Kingsway Road in Ikoyi, Lagos. And thereafter, we proceeded to Port Harcourt to also cover a whole lot of stakeholders meeting for the purpose of developing putting together a regional development master plan, which was to define what the NDDC is meant to do and achieve in line with the aspirations and the thinking of the people, and indeed the objective behind the setting up of that particular commission. And it was thereafter that I was even deployed to Port Harcourt to not only cover the NDDC but also cover the activities of a whole lot of development agencies within the region. So why am I going this way? I don't want us to just pick from 2018 or pick from what has just happened and begin to rejoice that there is a forensic audit. In that development master plan that came out after a series of amendments, there are 24 thematic areas that the NDDC said it was going to put in to be able to address the issues of development and in the Niger Delta, ranging from entrepreneurship programs for the youths, remediation of the environment, linking of communities by roads, telecommunication, and a whole lot of others. So if you are going to join the NDDC, we should be able to put that on the table and ask ourselves, to what extent has the NDDC been able to develop along that line? But what we have seen over the years is that the NDDC has been more like a political tool that whenever there is election, that same money that is supposed to be used or deployed to address these issues is usually mobilized for the purpose of assisting those in power, either at the center. It is not only true under the APC government, it also happened under the PDP government at the national level. Those funds are deployed. The MD, for particular, if he's in good term with the governor of his state where he comes from, he also takes the funds to support the election in that area. Those at the national level, they also ask them to bring in vehicles, as if vehicles that are going to be used for election is part of the development needs of the people of the region. That has continued to happen. But it was even good enough at that time that you even have a board where at least the different states that makes up the states that make up the Niger Delta region, as defined by the NDDC Act, even have people representatives who, if you want to say sharing something on the table, they are even able to share and then take to their states, even if that is not their original intention. But where you now we have now migrated to where you can now have NDDC leadership not determined by the people, not even having to go to the people to ask them, what do you need? And then even having projects that you call emergency projects, you will of course expect that all these issues that we are talking about will happen. Even the federal government have not been able to meet up with its obligation to the NDDC. The oil prospecting companies have not been able to meet up with its own obligation to the NDDC. And so nobody at the level of the national government have been able to develop the real political way to ask questions as to why the NDDC has not met its objective. The only thing we have always seen is that the board, for the records, no board of the NDDC have been able to serve out its 4-year tenure. Why? Is it because they are doing so well that they are sacked? And after they are sacked, has anything happened to any board of the NDDC that you know, either in terms of those who constitute the board from the chairman or those who run the management from the MD? We just sack them and then that ends it. So that was why I said that talk is cheapest in Nigeria, that this forensic audit, just like those other boards that were sacked and nothing happened, will also go the same way.